Alright everybody, today we have this Whirlpool Duet dryer. I think it stopped heating, is what the complaint was yesterday. Take these two out in the back. Tyler's back. It's been a while since you've been on one of these. We got this board, but I don't think it has the Omron relay. I think she said it was spinning, it just wasn't. It wasn't heating. So I guess the editor's gonna have two videos on this one.
Twice as hard.
Do what?
The editor's gonna be working twice as hard.
Yeah.
Might need chocolate chip cookies.
Whatever. The editor needs to make me some chocolate chip cookies.
So is the Omron relay the most common relay that fails?
That's pretty much the only one I've seen that blows out the solder traces.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's like the Tyco.
Yeah.
Which doesn't ever... So that thing was broken already. The little keeper guy. Usually I break them. Somebody broke it for me this time. Okay, so now we're just gonna lift straight up on this.
Yeah. The bottom ones.
I think there's usually 4, but this one only has 2 because it's missing those 2 in the middle there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. These new ones, they probably won't have that board problem. They probably figured it out by the time they started making these. But yeah, the Omron is where it's at.
What are those blue things called? I need another one.
Magnets?
Yeah.
You need another one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that there's like I saw somebody with a Milwaukee one.
Yeah, they're pretty handy.
Bit magnet or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we already unplugged that door switch. Bit magnet. They did tell me that at some point somebody changed the motor on this one. Here and here. So now the sensor bars, and then what? 4 See, even with the magnet, still losing screws.
But just because you're RPMing them off.
Just because what?
You're RPMing them off.
I don't know.
You're going so fast you're flying.
Too much RPMs.
Too much RPM.
So now, oh, there's 2 more in that lint catch. Sometimes. Oh, this one has the. This one has the bracket on it here. There we go. What was holding me up? So, yeah, no continuity on the heat element.
Bad.
This isn't even. Is this in right? Why does that have that? Why is that off center?
Yeah, the whole thing is. It looks like it's almost upside down.
Some weird stuff going on there. that happens all the time, but I don't know what's going on here with this. Like, this is for that. But there's one down there. It's almost like they used a bottom to the top it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, did they do that at the factory? Did they mess this one up? They mispunched it, and then they just like... Oh, what was it? Continuity there. Just nothing on the element, I guess. I don't know what they did there.
Oh, there's burn residue. Truth time.
Well, see, this does have this, so it's got to be the top.
Right.
So this is the... It's not an OEM element. It's broken right there. Alright, back on this Whirlpool here. It doesn't look like this is a stock element. Or I mean an OEM element. This is the OEM. So we're just gonna kind of put it in, push these two things together. Then the two guys will go down in on these. And then the top piece, it's got its own little guys that go down in the holes there. Usually I don't do it in between, and maybe there's a reason. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it is what it is. Of course, as expensive as this one was, as expensive as this one was, I could probably just go down to the parts house. It's probably be the same amount of money. Sometimes I question my decisions, but whatever. Sometimes, here we are. This is what we're doing. Here we are, and whatever. Usually the ones on the elements look like they've been heated up. This screw is kind of like almost black, and that one's like almost silver. Especially those ones. Those ones tend to get the hottest, I think. We'll do a test here and make sure it's not grounded anywhere. Yep, good to go there. Not grounded out. And we're still good there. So now, I can't really necessarily squeeze these tight. So they have plastic around them. They feel pretty tight though. I might be able to sneak something in there to... Not sure, but we're gonna call that good there, and then we'll put this screw in right here. Start going back together with this thing here. You know, and as I said before, I put that thing in just as crooked as ever. You know, don't judge me. Just make it a little easier to get out next time, right? If I have to change this element out ever again, I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. It's an interesting thing that I'm doing here. So hopefully not for a good long time. If I do. It's funny too. I have a story. A customer who just texted me. And they're like, "Hey, my dryer broke," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I can come over tomorrow and look at it. No big deal, right?" Like, and you know, then I text her today because it's well outside of any warranty I offer. So I was just kind of letting her know what she should expect as far as the pricing goes and that sort of thing. And I mean, we're well outside of any warranty I've ever offered, like months and months away. And she's just like, "Well, you said it was under warranty." I was like, "No, I didn't." Like, I mean, no, I didn't. I do warranties, but I do like a month warranty on some machines if they're priced right. Especially when people, sometimes I sell them pretty cheap, and if I'm selling them cheap, I'm sorry, I can't do a warranty, right? Like, it's just not the way it is. I mean, this chick, yeah, she got. Put the belt on here because I didn't charge her for delivery. I didn't charge her for, and I remember her apartment was up 3 flights. She's on the top apartment. I went and delivered the thing. You know what I mean? It's like, and then the machine was discounted, so she got a good deal. I don't feel bad at all about this situation. So anyway, she texted me after I gave her pricing, and she's like, "I thought it was under warranty." And I was like, "No." I was like, "Look, I can come over a different day if you don't have money, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not doing this for the fun of it." You know what I mean? Like, what would you guys do in that situation? I mean, I know it's kind of weird to talk about, but I am like, kind of like, so I'm just supposed to work for free. I mean, I kind of already did work for free. At that time, what I was doing with these machines was I was selling them really cheap just to get them moving, to sort of get back into the swing of things. I had quit doing this for about, like, I don't know, almost a year. And she was one of the first customers. But I can't tell. I don't think that there's anything that, I did. Of course, if I got over there and I realized it was my fault, it was broken, I would just fix it and not charge her. But I don't think that's the case. I really think a thermal fuse or something blew on it. That's what it sounds like from what she was telling me. But which, she lives in an apartment, so chances are it doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, maybe the vent is clogged. I don't know. I mean, it ran for 4 months before now. So, like, I don't do 4-month warranties. I don't know that any used appliance place around here does 4-month warranties. Not even sure you would get that on a new one, honestly. I mean, maybe you get a year on a new one. But I mean, this is definitely not new. So I don't know. I just tried to tell her the best I could. I can't just do this stuff for free. Like, and that's something to say right there. If you're not subscribed and you're watching this, you should subscribe, because maybe if I got a whole bunch of subscribers, situations like this, I could just go over there and fix it and tell her, like, "Look, okay, let me film it. I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll make my money that way. Essentially, the advertising will pay for it, right? But until that happens, it's like I can't just, I got a family to feed. Like, I'm sorry, but I gotta make money. I'm sitting here doing this instead of over there working for free. Well, this machine's gonna make money, so this is where my time is spent, right? Like, sorry, but it's the way it is. I can't just fix everybody's problems all the time for free. Like, it's just not how it's gonna be. And that might seem cold or whatever, but whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. But I don't know what you guys think about that. Should I go and fix it for free, or should I try to see? I mean, I don't know. Now she's to the point she's not texting me back. That's the other thing too, is when I went over there the first time, I said I'll be there at this exact time. I got there at that exact time and she wasn't there. A lot of times when that happens to me, I normally leave and never go back, because that kind of stuff really gets me. If I'm coming to your house and you say you're going to be there at 3 o'clock and you're not there when I get there, it's like, it's weird. And I'm not So anyway, she did that to me. I remembered looking at the messages. But then I was like, well, she showed up like, I don't know. I think usually I'll stay for like 10 minutes, maybe at the most. It must have been what I did, because she did eventually show up. I sold her the thing, but it is what it is. It's like, I can't just, save everybody. Like, the warranty is what about the tail light warranty, right? Like, what's going on here? There we go. We got a tail light warranty around here. If you can see my tail lights, the warranty's over. No, not really. I mean, I always do a day. So, and the thing is, where she got confused is I always tell everybody, I'm like, okay, I do a day warranty, text me if you have any issues. And then I say, even if it's in like a month, text me and maybe we'll work something out, right? Like, maybe I won't charge you labor, but I'll charge you parts. Depends on what it is. If it's something I did, maybe I won't charge you at all, And the thing is that this isn't binding, or, this is subject to change at any time, or whatever other YouTube, or disclaimers I have to put out. But basically, I've taken care of everybody up until now that has had an issue. And really, I would go take care of her issue too, and I would still be cheaper than the competition. But, at least I think anyway. Because the quotes I've heard from these other appliance guys are like a lot higher than mine, or what I would quote to fix things. And so, not just like better parts higher either. They're like talking like 4 or 5 times higher. And I'm just like, okay, well, and then they don't get the job. And that's why I end up there. And I'm like, why are they quoting so high? I don't know. It's like, I don't get it, but anyways, there's my little rant on that, I guess, is like, what do you do about these customers that from 4 or 5 months, I think it's been 5 months since I sold her machine. 4 or 5 months into it, should I go warranty it? Or should I even pay that much to begin with? Like, I just can't with these people, man. Like, there have been people who have paid more than her who didn't get warranties, and in less time. And that's just the way it is. Like, there's a reason I'm not charging what those other guys are charging, and that's because I'm still learning, right? Like, at some point, when I'm not as big of an apprentice my rates are going to go up. And then, you know, there's another reason why I charge what I charge, why I don't just totally take care of people, is because I want my customers to have money. Because how do you get paid if your customers don't have any money? You know what I mean? I gotta deal with people like this. I've had people that were warranty calls that tried to pay me anyways. I had one lady pay me, and I didn't even like, there was nothing wrong. Like, the way I've been doing this is I don't charge. Oh crap, where's that wire at? Gotta get that wire out of there. But, you know, I don't charge if I don't fix it. Well, we'll keep going with story time as I put this machine back together. Gotta get this wire up through there. But, you know, I went over this, I sold this lady a dryer one time for her tenant. And, they texted me like the next day. They texted me the next day and they were like, well, the washer broke. I was like, all right, well, I mean, let me look at it. I didn't sell them the washer, but now like I was their appliance guy, right? So I'm like, well, let me go check it out. It was a direct drive. So I'm like, well, I don't have a lot of experience with these washers, but I'll see what I can look at. I went over there, couldn't find anything wrong with it, took it apart. And you know, on those they have like on the top of the tub, you can take the top of the tub off. And I'm just like kind of cleaning it, and I took the whole case off, because on those, like, the case, just the whole thing will just come off, like, you know. And so I took it all off, and I'm like, I basically, in the pictures they sent me, I happened to notice that the little whatever GFI outlet was tripped. Okay, so theirs had a red light on it. Mine doesn't have a red light, but when the red light's on, it's tripped. And so I text the guy that was texting me, and I was like, and he used to be a contractor. So I'm like, well, the GFI's tripped. I'm like, that could go to how many other outlets did they trip the GFI, and then now the washer's not working because the GFI's tripped. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, no, it's not that. Well, sure enough, it was that, because the washer's sitting there, it's full of water. She had got her clothes out, but it's still half full of water. I literally go up, push the button, and turn it on. It starts draining. And I'm like, you know, like, so I told her, I was like, well, I'm like, let's run it for a minute and see if we can get it to do it again. And I took it apart and made sure it wasn't leaking onto any wires or anything. I did find some issues with it, like they had it had 5, what was it? It might be load size. Now this was a while ago, so I don't fully remember, but I want to say there was a load size selector switch. So let's look at this. Like, maybe it was wash temperature. I don't know. It was one of these switches. Okay. But basically, somebody had removed it and put like a 6-ganger in it, or a 4-ganger in it. So when you went to this, it would like go to the middle and click, not go all the way to the, you know what I mean? And then it would go to here, and then it would go to there, and it like had too many. So I found that was wrong, and then I found it was leaking. At some point, there was some white residue down the drum, but I couldn't get it to do it. So I don't know if this selector switch affects that. I don't think it does. I don't know how those work exactly. I'm not that good with washers, but you know, anyways. And I don't know everything. But the point is like we're getting into it and we start noticing all that crap that's in the top of the tub, because I've taken the case off, and the lady's like, she's like, should we clean that? And I'm like, well, we can, But I'm like, it's not gonna be pretty. I'm like, it's like the nastiest stuff. Like if you guys have ever done that. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, we can pull it off. So we pull it off the top, and I'm like, but just so you know, I warned her. I was like, this is not gonna be, fun. And she's like, well, we got to do it. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, well, I can just do it. And I took it off, started cleaning it. I went to go get my cleaning supplies, and she came over with some cleaning supplies, started cleaning it. Now, I wasn't going to charge her, and I forgot that she had my Venmo, and so she paid me anyways. But I sat there and cleaned it with her. So we basically did a clean out on the washer. But she, did a lot of that, so I don't know. But she paid me anyways. I'm like, well, you didn't have to pay me. And it's about, I guess what I mean is, even that, because at that point I wasn't charging for diagnosis at all. I'm just trying to build customers, you know what I mean? It's like, just slowly, if I don't charge for diagnosis, I can go over and diagnose a machine real quick and then charge. Right? And then I can get that customer, sort of get my number in their phone, so to speak, right? Like, and then when they have problems, they call me. That's kind of the idea. And it's been working. This is the first time I've ran into a customer that just straight up is not gonna use my services. So, but that's all right. It is what it is. I can't go over there for free. And she's got to understand that. Anyways, I sure would like to go over there for free. So if you can, get everybody to subscribe. We just need about another 100,000 of you guys. And then I can go work for free for people. Then the advertisers will pay for my work and the people will get their machines fixed for free. Right? So... And that, and you guys can see, I'm changing my ways. I'm no longer using the cheap Chinese off Amazon. I'm using the good OEM parts now. All the parts that are going to come out of here are going to be good OEM. Now, if that's the death of this business, maybe it is. Because maybe I can't make enough money to make it worth it. I not that I want to turn this video into this, but... Alright, I'm going to stop talking about that. But yeah, I gotta make money. It's just the way it is. Okay, well, I put all that crap back on while I was talking about that. So let's put this top on here. Then we'll plug it in and let her eat, I guess. But yeah, it's like I get some people that are like that, that's a great customer right there. It's like she's going to pay me even if I don't ask her to. Because I did go help her. And I told her too, I said, if it keeps doing it, I'll just come right back over here and we'll figure it out, right? It's like I'm down the street, we can do this, but I don't think you have a problem, so I don't think you need to pay me. And, that's what I told her. I was like, I think the problem is maybe your tenant was blowing, drying her hair while she was doing laundry at the same time and the circuit couldn't handle it and it tripped. You know what I mean? How many of us have done that? All right, let's see. Plugged in. We got the song. Timed, quick, delicates, normal, bulky, heavy duty. Motor's good and strong, sounds like. We're turning. Get that new heat element smell that I've heard so much about. Good heat element here. Let's see if it's still heating. Feels nice and warm in there, so looks like we're good. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Comment and subscribe.